Welcome back to Neil RC, guys. Thank you for coming back and hanging out with us. We got our next competitor. Yeah. RC, guys, thank you for coming back and hanging out with us. We got our next competitor. Yeah. This is the next rig we're going to do. Why? Because we've done all but one other one other than this one for here at the house that we have already. So before I go to the doghouse to grab the other ones, 3 or 4 at a time, I'm going to do the ones we have here first. Then go out there, grab 3 or 4 of them, bring them in, and do those videos. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is like week 5. Not bad. We're doing pretty good. And this is the 5B. It is one that's had and been through several different people. And let me adjust this camera because I see that there is an issue here. So let me go ahead and swing that up just a little bit. Gotta be careful because I got something over there and something right there that I don't want anybody seeing right now. That's later, way down the road later. So anyway, yeah, this has been through at least 2 other people that I know of. One, my brother-in-law, and Screaming Beagle. He was the original individual that had bought this, and then slowly through time, my brother-in-law got it, and about a year maybe, he decided he didn't want it anymore because he couldn't run it. So I got it. And you know me. We don't let freebies go away. We do whatever we possibly can to fix them up, run them the way they is, and then stick a bunch of parts at it. Literally throw them at it. Whatever I feel is necessary. This one has gone through some serious changes. This one here was bone stock when Bowtie got it. It had plastic A-arms, upper and lower, front and rear. It had a very different style of, well, the style of chassis is the same. It was a different color. It didn't have the steel plate underneath it. Bowtie put one on prior, which is that one right there, which I still have. Still good, I believe. I haven't checked it against this one, the stock one. So I will say that. It did have a big gasoline motor back here, 2-stroke. I believe it was like a 26cc. I don't know anything about 2-stroke, okay? I've never been able to get one to run right here. Don't have the patience for it either. When I take a vehicle out, I want to go ahead and just start it and go out and have fun. I don't want to have to sit here and fiddle with a carburetor, then find out 4 hours later that, or even 2 hours later, that something else has gone wrong with it, or it needs to be tuned again. Gas is running too rich, or it's running too lean. Heaven help you if it runs too lean. So that came out. The fuel tank came out. All that stuff did. Anything that had to do with that gas or 2-stroke motor, it all went bye-bye. So therefore, then I took over. And, well, let's just say Alvin got it, and then he gave it to me to stick it and make it 8S. That's with the Castle motor, which is an X Mamba. Let's see, it is a Mamba X8, 8X, however you want to play it. It is the big 8S version. This is not 12S yet. Don't think I need it, especially after I got done doing these gears, which I'll talk about later. Does have almost a soda can. It's probably like a 12-ounce can, maybe 9-ounce can. It's a good size motor. It also handles the 8S. That thing's never even gotten warm, to the point where you could actually hold your hand on it after a full battery pack. Never even gotten slightly warm, because it's all opened. That's the best part about this buggy. Everything is opened up, so the air can flow very freely through this. We have our battery storage here, which holds the two 4S LiPos, and they are these right here. And yes, I know they'll be switched around. You'll be able to read them right later on when I do the video. But yeah, it's the HRB 7200 14.8 volt 150C discharge. This ESC loves these batteries. It works really well. The motor runs really well on them. I got two of these, ran on a parallel cord back here. Comes in, got your negative and positive. One goes to the round side, the other one goes to the flat end side, and then you got a jumper that runs in between them. Real simple, okay? I made these ends. These are not from the factory. I actually made this here at the house. So there's that. Transmission in the rear is all aluminum. Aluminum case. It's CNC cut. That I know, because I ordered it and I put that in. I do have a lock differential here somewhere for the back of this, if I decide to run a locked rear end. I haven't found the need for that yet, mind you. So that's going to stay with that one. It is, fairly open diff. Even though I've got 1 million weight oil in it, it's still fairly open. It isn't, it doesn't lock up. You know what I mean? If I really get on it and it's in a straight line, both tires are going to lock up and they're going to go. That's the extent of it. The shocks have been changed. He went ahead and ordered a different set for the rear. That's Alvin, my buddy, my brother-in-law. He ordered these shocks, and we went ahead and put oil in them, and so far, no leaks. What kind they are, I don't know. He's the one that did that. These fronts, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, are a slight upgrade from the stock, because I do have the stock shocks still in the back box down here where all those parts that I got came from. So there's that to look forward to. And as you've seen the video, I did the aluminum front end steering linkage and the new tie rods for the front to hold the steering wheels together, steering linkage. The whole metal cage was cleaned out and redone because he hit a fire hydrant and bowed this up. I mean, it's normally kicked like this, and it was kicked more or less like this. So yeah, that plastic steering linkage didn't fare well with that, obviously. There's a reason why we went to aluminum. I'm a little better driver than that. We did go with aluminum, black ionized aluminum A-arms on the top. We're still running the plastic lower A-arms. Why I did that, I think, is more because of the Plastic is a little more forgiving than the metal. You know what I mean? Rough jumps, rough landing. This will have a tendency to twist, and it does have a fairly good area right here where it can twist a little bit inside the socket without it actually twisting the A-arm, where the bottom is fairly rigid. So therefore, that's what I did with that. I've got the same situation in the back. Did the aluminum on top, left the bottoms plastic. There was no need to switch them. The A-arms on the bottom of these seem to be in really good condition. The holes weren't wallered out. The pins were nice and tight. There was no play in them whatsoever. I couldn't even put a piece of paper in between them. Feeler gauge, anything would not go in between the pin and the plastic. So I left the bottom ones alone. The top ones, on the other hand, were way played out, way overdone, way past due of getting replaced. It also has gotten the, if I can turn that, you can see here, it's got the GT, is that 3B or something like that, racing hubs in the front and the back. They're a matching set for all the way around. They did have to have spacers in them. They came with those spacers. It was in increments of like, it may have been like it was like a 2 mil, then it went to a 4 mil or a 3 mil, and then it went to a really wide one. I didn't need the real wide ones. I stayed with the middle ones for the spacers for up here. And I also did the same setup for the rear. Worked really well. This thing does actually hold a corner now, which is surprising, okay, to say the least. It does have the aluminum tower supports here for the shocks. And of course, the entire chassis is aluminum now. Even the rear. The only thing that's still plastic is basically the battery compartment holder, the roll cage, the receiver box, which is right now not being used for anything. It's just an empty container right now. It's there to support the servo on the top, and then the servo and everything gets clamped down into the lower part of the chassis. And as of course you've seen with the pinion gear, it's a 25 tooth pinion gear, and it's got the 55 tooth spur gear. So that's all set on that. I don't have to worry about that now. It still has the rear plastic that goes around the rear chassis. It does have the aluminum skid plate for the front and the plastic windbreak back here. I have not replaced the wing. I don't know if I'm going to need it. Okay, so there's that thought. And other than that, it's basically all there. That's really all there is. Still has the silicone boots for the outer and inner hubs, for the rear, for the axle shafts that go out. Not really that much to talk about other than that. You have seen here on the channel a little running video. I'm hoping the weather changes a little bit this weekend. I will get this out with the fresh battery packs that we've got, that we're going to finish charging up. They're like at 90%. So I'll finish charging them up to 100, and we'll take this out this weekend hopefully and hit a couple laps with it and see how the new gears work on it. I'm really excited about that. I really want to find out on how that's doing, and especially now that I've got my radio system on it. I really want to find out how that works, as far as with the new radio, if I'm getting any better control at distance. I did stick an aluminum servo horn on this that I have here for this size servo. It is a 15 tooth. It is not your normal 25. It's not a 17. It is a 15 tooth. So there's that to look at. Other than that, y'all, that's basically all there is to this rig that I know anything about. We're just working at it one piece at a time. I don't want to hold the video too long because, like I said, I'm trying to keep these things 15 minutes or less, which was great. That's the whole point of this. And yeah, slime ball, still got your sticker there. You and I, we're going to get together one day, and we're going to see whose 5B actually moves. Yeah, and if you need any help, don't hesitate to ask. And if I have any questions, and I'm still waiting to find out when you're going to do your video on yours, because I really want to find out what you got. Yeah, we're going to have some fun when we get out that way. I promise you. You're going to be amazed. I'm hoping I'll be amazed too. So, yeah, get out and have some fun this weekend if you can. It'd be great to have it. Looking forward to seeing it. Post your videos up, share them with me, or send me the link to them, something. I'm also on Facebook, Neil RC. I'm also on Instagram at Neil RC. You can find me in both places. Go ahead, hit me up, share the video, and I'll definitely leave you my input behind it if that's what you want. And if you just want to share it just for me to view, I have no problem doing that either. Y'all have a good one. This is Neil RC. We'll catch you later. Have fun. Do what you got to do.